for you to join me. In today's video we're going to be making our ATCs that go into the folder that we made in part 1. And this was the folder we made. If you want to see how to make this folder, then click on that link that's there, and that will take you to part 1 of this video. And it just shows you how to make the Concertina album where our ATCs are going to be housed, like so. Okay, so on to ATCs. And ATCs stand for Artist Trading Cards, and they were invented for so people could swap small pieces of art, and you only swap them, you don't buy them. And in recent years we've seen ACT coins is another form of art that we can swap, and also tags as well. People do tags, but we're going to concentrate on the cards. So they measure 3.5 by 2.5. That is your traditional size of ACT card. Now what I've done is I've cut the base layer out of black cardstock, and that measures the 3.5 by 2.5, and then the inside, which is the coconut white card from Creative Expressions, that is cut 1/8 of an inch smaller. So the measurement then for this would be 3 3/8 and 2 3/8. That would be your measurement. So let's get cracking. Now I thought we'd make this one here. Now I used, for this one, I used the colour cloud, but we're going to use the chalk cloud today. So we're going to use the Enchanting Blossom, and I think we've got a misty grey and a mist grey, and so we're going to use those two colours to create that. Now I used a water colour effect to create this tag here, and that was with putting it onto my craft mat and then swiping through. So we're going to do the same with this one. Let's get our pink and the grey, and I'm using smoothies. You can use blending tools, or you can also use brushes. Works just as well. So I'm just going to put some of the chalk cloud onto my mat, and also on this side, and I might put a little bit there. Okay, and where's my mister? Now watch this. I will bring you down just a tiny bit so that you can see this. Always does that, I beg your pardon. Okay, don't go too fast. Okay, now watch how it beads. Which is what we want. We want it to bead. Okay, so I'll pull you out a little bit now. Hello. Right, and then get your card, and then we're just going to do a swipe. So swipe all the way through, and then swipe that way, and then just create like a wash. Now I'm just going to get the so I'm just going to now dab it in, because I want to create a bit more of the stains. created quite a few layers on my card there. I'm quite liking that. So you can keep going into it, and the more you go in, the more layers you'll get. And you can also stamp with this as well. Right, these are the background slices. That's what they're called. And I'm going to use this splatty one. And I'm just going to use the sponge. I'm just going to I'm going to dab straight onto it. And I'm just going to give that a little mist just to activate that water. And then we can go ahead and just stamp. And you'll get lovely little splatter marks. Again, just go ahead, give it a spritz. And then add your image. Give it a quick right, and because they're water based, they're easy clean up as well, so you can just clean that up straight away. And look at the beautiful colours that I've got on my baby wipe. Now I'm going to save these baby wipes and wash them and incorporate them into my art. Okay, right. So now we need to emboss, and on this one I use the altered hexagons. And right, I just mark mine with a dot or top because I know that one is going to go to the top, because if you've done a nice lovely background you don't want to deboss it. So I just make sure I put top on there so I know that is the top. So let me just put it through my very squeaky die cutting machine. And then we have some nice embossing. Now what I'm going to do with this one, I went over with metallic gilding polish that and it's called Silver Dream. So all I did, it's like a mousse. So all I did was I just used a coffee stirrer and an old piece of cut and dry foam. So one that, you know, when you've got your cut and dry foam and it's a bit iffy, it's a bit rough, and you know where the paint has dried, use the back of that, because we use the black side, which is the more firmer side than the sponge, so it's more the felt side. And then all I do is just take a tiny bit of the gilding polish and I just spread it like butter over the top. Okay, and this will help get it will tickle the tops of your embossed image. Okay, right, I seem to have misplaced, oh there it is, look, I was just about to say, I seem to have misplaced my perfect medium. Now you can use perfect medium or embossing ink, it really doesn't matter, they're really about the same. Mine doesn't look too, it looks a bit dodgy, but when you get yours they will be clean. And this one smells really nice. I don't know what that one smells like, but then this is the perfect medium. Now yours, perfect medium is like that, it does look yellow when you get it. As you can see, mine has got little bits of black bits in, but yours will be that you get will be just yellow. And I'm just going to emboss the stamps. As you can see, this one it's got the black bits in, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to emboss it in black anyway. I think what I'll do is I'll have one for clear ink and one for one for clear embossing and one for black embossing powder, and then you won't get the cross contamination. Okay, so I'm probably doing a bit too many here, but always better to have more than not enough. So let's use my very old tray. Then is our images embossed. So let's go with the grey. It is very nice to watercolour with. You can make it darker as well for your shadows, and just the pink now. Okay. And then what I had in here was I used the celebration sentiments, and I just used the high, which is there, because it fit just nicely in that little, the little circle in the middle. So just do that, and I'm going to just do this in black archival. It's disappeared. How can it have moved from just there? Is it falling on the... Right, found the high. It was on one of the back of the embossing folder. How I can lose it from just there, I don't know. So we can now stamp the high, and in the middle, and in the middle. Oh. Right, well, I've just placed my images on my ACT where I roughly want them to go, but I actually want them to be a bit glossy. So what I'm thinking of is if I emboss them with clear embossing powder, that might give them a bit more of a shiny feel. So let's try, no, I don't want to, so let me try this one. So hopefully this won't transfer the black bits. So this is just embossing ink, and I'm just going over the top. So embossing done. As you can see, it's I hope you can see that's really shiny. which is good. You can go ahead and put another one on if you wanted to, but one is just plenty for me. Right, I'm just going to go and get some baker's twine, and I think we'll use blue. Yeah, let's have blue, so that will go nicely. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move that. Just going to add that and squidge that in there. Nice and tight, and then these are going to fit underneath, so I'm going to just pull them under and put some double-sided tape on. So let's just put that there. I hope you'll be able to see. I've been kind of engrossed in doing this, so I've not really checked to see. I'm hoping that you've seen it. So up, 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 and then I'm just going to cut these end bits off so that I haven't got too much bulk. And then when I then come to put the back on, that'll hide all of that. So we can do that now. So let's add the... No, wrong, nearly did the wrong thing. Glue on the back of this one. Oh. Okay, and so that then is our first ACT, all done and finished. Okay, so it's very similar to the one we've done, just similar colours, but just used a different medium. So, and I quite like that. So that's the one we've just made, and then this is the one that I made previously. So I really hope you've liked that. That's a very short, quick video on making these ATCs. We can put it into our little book, like so, and then that can go in the first one. I'll put it in there. And so that then is the start of our ACTs. So if you've liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. I always like to see, and a comment even, that would be brilliant. I like to read everybody's comments. It always makes my day. Also, please subscribe. I'd love it if you would subscribe and hit the notification bell that's in the top corner there somewhere, and that will then give you an email to whenever I upload any of my videos, so you'll be one of the first to see them. I'm on social media. The links will be in the comments down below. So your normal ones: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest. I have a blog. I probably have forgot one or two of them, but yes, I'm on all of those. to come along and say hi as well. So with that in mind, I'm going to love and leave you, and I'll get on and do the next video for the ATC. Bye.